Hi folks, welcome to your latest Planning Outlook, this updated on Friday evening the 25th of September. The weekend is looking very good if you like crisp, clear conditions, superb visibility on many of the mountains with a northerly air mass that is in existence. Things go back to the Atlantic though as we head onwards into next week, and gradually more unsettled conditions will return with rain and wind coming back in. We start the weekend with high pressure toward the north and low pressure still lying just to the east of us. That's still producing a strong and cold northerly wind, which will be at its strongest across the eastern Scottish mountains and across northern England as well, with a significant chill factor in exposure on those higher tops. Most places dry with some sunshine, but a few flurries of snow and hail occasionally just coming down into the northern Scottish mountains, the Northwest Highlands, and at times into the Cairngorms, and just a chance of the odd flurry just grazing the west of Wales as well. Most of the hills then free of low cloud, but again those areas exposed to that northerly wind, the northern Cairngorms particularly, may just hang on to banks of low cloud shrouding higher tops. Slack high pressure is around on Sunday, so most places seeing light winds by this stage. We're really in between weather systems, a bit of a four-way split on the chart here. We've still got low pressure around the near continent, but that's more or less out of the picture for the mountains. The next fronts coming in off the Atlantic haven't quite made inroads, maybe just getting into the far west of Scotland with some thickening cloud and a few spits and spots of rain late on in the day. But all in all, Sunday looking a good day. Excellent, superb visibility in many places. That clear northerly air mass is still around. A chilly start, widespread frost, some very low temperatures first thing in some of the valleys and the glens, especially in Scotland. Temperatures will tend to lift both at low levels and on the hills as the day progresses. Now by Monday, fronts coming in off the Atlantic will make progress eastwards, opening the door to a stronger west by southwesterly flow, which may well reach gale force on Scottish tops in particular through Monday. Some rain on and off for a while, most persistent across western areas, with some heavier showers then following in later in the day as temperatures begin to drop as cooler air comes back around off the North Atlantic here. Lowest of the cloud across western hills, the highest of the cloud further east, where the rain really only very patchy, I would have thought. Temperatures generally above freezing point on the mountains, may just drop a few degrees around western Scotland later on in the day. For Tuesday, it's a southwesterly pattern that is in. There's a tendency for higher pressure to be nudging in across the south, a bit of a tangle of fronts drifting away southwards. It's still a rather cool air mass that's in charge. It still has its origins over the North Atlantic, so despite a southwesterly wind, there's nothing especially warm about the temperatures. A few showers coming into western mountains, one or two passing eastwards during the day. Most eastern parts, though, may well get away frequently dry. There is a bit of a weather system, though, winding itself up over the Atlantic, so that might start to make its influence to western regions late on, with strengthening winds and the risk of some rain developing more into Tuesday night. South to southwesterly gales could well be in across the mountains then by Wednesday. Those fronts winding themselves up further across western regions, another low just pushing in across Ireland. All in all, the idea of a windy day with some heavy rain focusing on south and southwestern facing mountains in Scotland, perhaps getting into the lakes and West Wales as well, and maybe just all deteriorating further as that low out to the west does try and push in. Eastern mountains maybe just getting away somewhat drier, perhaps even the far north of Scotland, with some shelter to the lee of high ground with that wind flow from the south. Looking at the big picture for the later part of the week, and it's that low which lies out to the west which really does get its act together, and a rather slow-moving situation then in the later part of the week. Pretty unsettled with the risk of strong to gale force winds in the forecast at times. Sometimes maybe a lull if the centre of that low does just move in for a while, but areas of rain, heavy at times, wrapped around that low, mixed with some clusters of heavy showers. A pretty unsettled end to the week as that low over a few days really doesn't go anywhere fast. Temperatures will most likely be above freezing up to the very highest tops, just a bit of variation maybe from day to day, nothing especially warm, but typically a bit warmer than will have been in recent days. The overall trend for the first week to 10 days of October looks rather poor, it must be said at this stage. That's the weekly pressure anomaly from one of the longer range forecast models, suggesting that lower than average pressure is very much in charge across Britain and across northwest Europe as a whole, with a bit of a slow-moving cyclonic situation, so areas of rain just rotating around in a real washing machine effect, all rather sandwiched in between two large areas of high pressure which exist around Scandinavia and Russia and out over the mid-Atlantic, but we're unfortunately underneath a poorer weather pattern, so expect unsettled conditions to prevail through that first week or so of October. Stay up to date, of course, with the latest local forecasts for your area for the next 3 days, every day on our website. Thanks for watching this video today. Bye for now.